Hello and welcome to yet another edition of DH Newsroom. Today we'll be talking about air pollution that's covering Delhi, the NCR region, its harmful effects, and what can be done about this crisis that is there at the moment. To discuss this, I have my colleague Kalyan Ray with me. But before that, I'm going to read a couple of headlines that are there at the website talking about Delhi's air pollution. All private government offices ordered to operate at 50% capacity. Delhi worst in PM 2.5 pollution, 447 districts breach national air quality norm. Delhi, no respite from toxic air amid fears of volcanic ash from Ethiopia. So goes the headlines. Kalyan, what is the crisis and how bad is it?
Okay, this is pretty bad, and this is a crisis that happens every year in the months of winter. Okay, at the beginning of winter. So when the air gets cold, you have and also you have moisture in the air. So pollution, the particles get trapped and stay closer to the ground. And then we have the additional factors like the stubble burning from Punjab and the firecracker around Diwalis. And it's a recurring problem which chokes Delhi every year for the last about 10 or 12 years. We are seeing it now with very little solution so far.
So yes, if you've actually, for those of our viewers who have been in Delhi and have been living here for more than a decade, you would actually see over years the air pollution during these couple of weeks and the winter months is actually getting worse. I just want to ask you, has there been topographical changes or wind pattern changes that actually aggravate the whole issue?
No, it is the same air that happens. Okay, that is prevalent over Delhi NCR throughout the year. But we see these effects more during the winter, primarily because the air is getting cold. There is no flow of winds from the north or from the south. It's a still air, and air is getting cold, so it is not going up. So the pollution particle stays closer to the ground. The problem is that we do not address this issue for the remaining 10 months of the year. Okay, 10 months when the air is good and clean. And since we do not address these issues adequately and to the scale it deserves, so these 2 months we are getting choked.
Okay. So there are multiple moving parts to this problem in it. I'll ask you about each one and just tell me how much an important role or what is the role it plays over here. One is vehicular movement.
The most important is the transport factor.
Okay.
So if I look at the air pollution chart in Delhi in these 2 months, October, November, or even throughout the year, around 20 to 25% of the pollution on an average comes from the transport sector. So that includes the private cars, two-wheeler, scooters, motorbike, and the big heavy commercial vehicles. Now Delhi and NCR are cities which rely mostly on the private cars. Four-wheelers that can be private cars or can be your Ola Uber type of taxis.
Okay.
We do not have a viable bus fleet on the road.
Okay.
Most parts of NCR doesn't have a bus fleet.
Okay.
We have metro, no doubt, and metro helps a lot. But then the metro in many parts of the NCR, metro doesn't provide the last mile connectivity. So the people staying in places like Noida, Gurgaon, Faridabad, they have no other options but to take their cars to the place of work or to the place of other places where they are going, because they don't have a bus system to go to the metro. Or some people do take car, but up to the metro station. So
they park it at the metro station and then they.
Yeah, but in any case, the cars are out on the road.
Just because we're talking about transport sector, I want to ask you, electric vehicles have been given a big focus. Do you think the introduction of EV bus fleets, EV auto rickshaws, EV, these last mile connectivity, battery operated rickshaws, do you think that has helped in reducing it in some way? Or is there empirical data to suggest?
There are two parts to this problem. One is that in Delhi NCR we have around 3 crore vehicle registered. 2.97 crore registered vehicle. Only a very, very small percentage of that is electrical vehicle.
Okay.
So suppose if you look at this year from January to October, around 17,000 electric vehicles were registered as per the government database.
Okay.
In the same period,
This is in Delhi NCR region.
this is only Delhi NCR.
Okay.
And in the same period, more than 1.25 lakh petrol and diesel vehicle were registered.
Okay.
So which is nothing compared to the actual need. This is one part of the problem. Second part of the problem is that even if you, let's assume that you replace all fossil fuel vehicles on the road with EV, you still have a problem of volume.
Okay.
Now, if you remember in Delhi, around 20 years back, we replaced the public transport system of Delhi from diesel to a much cleaner vehicle of CNG. And much more improved qualities of diesel.
Okay.
So these benefits in terms of this kind of clean air that were there for around 5-6 years. Then the volume overtook because the kind of exponential growth in the car and two-wheeler population overtook the
benefits that were made.
These benefits because the government, for some reason, in all these years, did not do much to improve the bus fleet on the city roads.
Okay. So just to recap, there have been reports a couple of weeks back about medical practitioners actually suggesting that if you can, you should leave the city for about 6 to 8 weeks. Now that's a luxury not many people can actually.
But it is a reality. I know people who are having kind of serious COPD conditions and they actually move to other cities on medical advices.
Okay, and not many can do it because of the work and the nature of the work they do, which comes to the second part. How much does stubble burning, by farmers in neighboring states and otherwise contribute to the problem that Delhi NCR faces?
No, stubble burning does add to the problem, but the stubble burning also add to the problem on a very short period of time.
Okay.
It is towards the end of October to let's say middle of November. The peak is over by the middle of November. The problem in Delhi NCR is that our baseline pollution is so high. So then this addition of stubble burning or let's say firecracker during Diwali, they add to the problems, no doubt about that. But the base level pollution is very, very high, which the government do not address.
Okay.
Like if you look at stubble burning, the peak is over by around November 18th or 19th. So we are still we are past that about a week or so.
Yeah.
But there is no improvement in the condition.
Okay, so you're saying there are at different points of time in the winter there are different reasons that actually contribute to this. It's a confluence of different.
As of today, the stubble burning contributes just about less than 2% of the total pollution load of the NCR.
Okay.
Our bulk of the pollution load, more than 20%, is coming from the vehicle transport.
So when the pollution goes out of hand, the government gets into introducing or calling up GRAP measures. Can you talk about that and how helpful are these measures?
See, GRAPs were originally conceived as an emergency measures. GRAPs were never considered as a proxy to the actions on the pollution front.
Okay.
So GRAP was considered as an emergency measure. If the pollution goes kind of really very high, we will introduce GRAP to bring down this level of pollution to some extent.
Okay.
GRAP was never a proxy to the actual action that should have been kind of taken by the government to scale down the level of pollution throughout the rest of the year.
Okay.
And currently the actions that the GRAP is doing looks more or less cosmetic.
It's cosmetic.
Looks cosmetic because the actions they have taken, like the 50% working from again it is not mandatory. It's an optional to the organizations, and it doesn't do much to reduce the load of cars on the road.
I know this is a controversial question to many, but I'm going to ask it, and nevertheless, especially for Delhiites, if you're actually owning a car. A couple of years back, the Kejriwal government, the Aam Aadmi Party government, had introduced a system called odd and even, where on certain days only number plates which were odd were supposed to be on the road, and then the next day it was even. It was alternating in that sense. Do you think measures like that will help in reducing vehicular pollution, especially in times like this?
No, odd and even, the problem with the odd and even were that there are too many exemptions to the odd and even scheme.
Okay.
There are lots of exemptions given, and particularly all the two-wheelers are given exemption, and two-wheelers are actually two-stroke engines. Many of them are kind of they're much more polluting two-stroke engines. So, if you are implementing something with kind of that many exemptions, it doesn't make much sense.
It doesn't make much sense.
It will make much more sense if you improve the bus fleet on the road, if you improve the quality of fuel that is getting into these buses or commercial vehicle, or if you are allowing the industry to switch to a much cleaner kind of fuel.
Okay, that actually dovetails to the last question that I have for this video, is that what are the suggestions that you think the government should seriously consider if it has to meaningfully tackle this problem? I'm guessing improving public transport would be one of them.
Improving public transport is one, and not only improving public transport, you will also have to ensure that there is adequate ridership in the buses. And if you're running buses, if you're running empty buses, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Because the buses have to carry passengers, and for that you have to bring much more, many more number of buses on the road. And secondly, you have to improve this industry. There are lots of industry in the Delhi and
the periphery.
And the periphery, the surrounding areas, Noida, Ghaziabad, Gurgaon. You have to give the industry incentive to switch to a better quality fuel. You will also have to give incentive to the public transport system to kind of switch to a much more cleaner mode.
That would also by automatically mean disincentivizing private transport.
Yeah. Kind of reduce. If you have a kind of alternate in place, suppose if you have a bus fleet in place which are kind of very kind of reliable, I will not use the car most of the days.
Okay.
I don't, because a large number of people in Delhi actually are kind of forced to use the car on a daily basis because they don't have any alternative.
My last question, do you see this problem being addressed effectively anytime in the near future, given the rate at which we are actually addressing it?
I do not see, because all what government is doing is, we see lot of paperwork, lot of advisories, lot of orders given to the to various body. We have a body called CAQM that was set up by an act of the parliament. It's an extremely powerful body, but the orders they give to the agencies in Delhi NCR, and please remember Delhi NCR means is much more beyond Delhi. Delhi is only actually just about 3% of Delhi NCR.
Okay.
This is much more. It's an area which goes up to the borders of Rajasthan, kind of into Haryana in UP, and up to the border of Punjab. So this is a big kind of very large area. So each order of CAQM goes to more than 150 recipients. I do not see the CAQM has any kind of oversight mechanism to place in place to see whether its orders are implemented or not. So unless they are serious in making those orders implementable, I do not see much more changes.
That's happening. In Delhi. I'm squeezing in one last question. I know I said the earlier one was the last one. Delhi has this problem. It's been facing it for a few years now. Do you see from your focus and coverage, do you see other cities also going the Delhi way? And if though, which are the cities that you think should actually take steps to avoid being in where Delhi is today?
No, this problem is actually prevalent throughout the Indo-Gangetic plain. So it goes up to, let's say, Banaras or Allahabad. But it is most intense in Delhi because of Delhi's kind of high population load and presence of many more industries nearby. And the stubble burning affects Delhi directly first.
Okay.
And then this load goes towards Indo-Gangetic plain, no doubt. But Delhi is the most affected region. Delhi NCR is the most affected region.
The Delhi air pollution is a problem that unfortunately will not be addressed anytime soon effectively. Many measures need to be taken, many measures need to be discussed, and there needs to be great political will to actually address it. Will other cities be affected by it? Many metro cities are also seeing a spike in air pollution levels. The problem is that we need various moving parts to come together to address this at a war footing. Will that be done? We're not sure, but we will be covering it. That is a guarantee we can give you. For all stories related to environment, air pollution, you can visit our website www.deccanherald.com. You can also visit our YouTube channel for the latest videos we put. If you've not subscribed, please consider subscribing, press the like button and the bell icon so that the next time a video drops, you will be notified. Until then, have a good day.